I spent $114,586 with my clients on Instagram ads, and here is what actually worked. And to show you what actually works, we're gonna cover how we actually use those ads, then the data from those ads, and at the end, probably the best, the actual word-to-word scripts that you can just copy and paste for your own business. So let's begin. Okay, so how we use those ads. I'm gonna talk about it in a second, but first we need to talk about probably the most fundamental thing about ads that most people on other YouTube videos just don't talk about. So let's jump into it. So you probably saw this meme, right? When you have like this iceberg, and of course the tip of the iceberg is much smaller than the rest of it, right? And you can kind of think about it as ads, right? So right here on the top is the actual ad creative, right? Is the actual process of running ads, is all the targeting, the ad creative itself, and all the rest, right? So this is your ad manager. This is the Instagram ads. But what actually makes or breaks your whole funnel, your whole business, is not the ads themselves. Yeah, they are super important, but what happens after someone shows interest in our offer, okay? And this bottom of the iceberg is all the long form content, is all the short form content, is all the VSLs, is the appointment setting, right? It's the sales. And when you have everything dialed in right here, this is where you can actually make those numbers and scale to 20, 50K months on ad spend, not even saying on how much revenue you actually bring to your business. So this is really fundamental, and keep that in mind when watching the entire video, because this is key. And actually, if you want to jump a little bit more into this concept, I recently recorded a video about how we generated almost $25,000 in 5 days with one of the clients. And I talk about all of this in more detail there. So if you want, just check it somewhere here. Okay, so what type of ads do we actually run? So 3 types of ads: profile visit ads, direct DM ads, and classic landing page ads. So let's probably start with the coolest one, so profile visit ads. So what profile visit does is that it generates a lot of attention, right? That goes straight into your IG profile, okay? And the common question that I get here is, why even run those ads? Why not just try going viral with organic content and it will have the same results? This is actually a good question, but there is a big misconception in it. So the reason why we pay Instagram to gather all of this attention and then transfer it into our profile is that we can actually control and we can clearly see which ad creative is giving us the best quality of leads, right? Because if you are going viral, you can get, okay, 10K, 100K, maybe even million views on Instagram, but the quality will just not be there. So it will not help your business in any shape or form. And with profile visit ads, you can control, and not even control, but you can actually test which ad creative is bringing you the good leads, right? The qualified people that you actually want. So this is why we are spending money right here. And the even better thing with it is that actually it's very cheap to spend. Usually you will get anywhere from 0.2 cents to about 0.75, depending on the niche and depending on the product that you actually sell. So I would say that like B2C offers would have a little closer to 0.2, and B2B will have a little closer to 0.75. And also the actual ticket of your offer, if you are selling for 2,000, it will be definitely closer to that. If you are selling something very sophisticated for 48,000, this will definitely be about this. So this is the actual ads, right? And now how we utilize all of this that I've talked about in the profile visit. And this is pretty straightforward. So you need to, of course, optimize your profile, your link in bio, and also your pin posts. And if you do all of those, there is of course a little bit more, but those are the highest leverage things that you can do straight up. Then slowly but surely, more people, the bigger percentage of all of this attention that is coming right here will be qualified. But again, expect that from profile visit ads, anywhere from 60 to even 90% of people coming will be not qualified, okay? That's really important. But by optimizing all of those things, we can decrease the likelihood that someone that we don't want will not follow us, and by extension of it, the meta algorithm will know that, okay, those people, we don't want to show the ads to them, and more people are qualified will start following you, which of course will do the opposite. Hey, if you're enjoying this video right now and you would like to scale your own high-ticket info or service-based business, then just message me on Instagram and I will see if I can help. Okay, back to the video. And then what happens when you see that someone followed, you will have your appointment setter, or maybe even you yourself will just start a conversation with them. And there is a lot of ways to do that. There is complicated ways, there is simple ways, but with all of them you need to track it. So a really safe way to start this is just ask a triage question. So say literally, are you here for the content, or are you looking to fix your problem? So for example, if you're a fitness coach, it will be, are you here just for the content itself, or are you actually looking to get in better shape? And then probably 90% here will say that they are for the content, and 10% will say, yeah, I actually am struggling with this problem and would like some help. But really important, of course, those people you get on the call, but with those people, it doesn't mean that actually they are not qualified. What it means is that you can start conversation with them and you can try to see, of course, not being very like pushy or nothing like that, if they are qualified. And I would say that probably 10% of those 90% will actually end up booking a call with you. So really important stuff. So this is the first type of ad. Now the second one, direct DM ads. The situation here is much simpler. The way you do that is in the ad, you have of course a call to action to DM a specific word. And now Meta makes it super simple that you can just literally click a button on the ad. For example, that will say the word, let's say plan. And then what happens? You will have a ManyChat sequence in place where people DM this word right here. It sends them the lead magnet. And the lead magnet can be literally anything as long as it's valuable to your audience. So it can be a video, some kind of checklist. And after that, because we see in our DMs that the lead showed interest, we can just ask them, how did you like the video? For example, if the lead magnet is their video, how did you like the video? And you can start conversation from it, and then you can book people from it. So direct DMs ads are pretty easy. And again, to give you a range of how much it will cost you to probably get one DM, and I'm sorry to say that, but it actually really depends. It will be anywhere from 30 on the low end to even $200. I've seen actually $200 per DM. And usually you would look to convert at least 1 out of 5, okay, 1 out of 5 people that DM you for a booked call. So that means that on higher end, you will have 1,000 cost per call right here, which is, completely fine if you are, for example, saying like a 16K offer. And at the end, probably the most common one, so just landing page ads. And the way it works is that you pay Instagram to get people off Instagram to some kind of landing page. And because you take people out of Instagram, it of course it's more friction than just follow someone or DM them. It will be even higher. So the cost right here will be anywhere from 100 to, I would say, probably infinity, because some businesses probably pay multiple thousands to get someone on it. But based on what I saw with people I work with, it's anywhere from 100 to $250 to get someone to actually go into their landing page. And now on the landing page, like a traditional VSL landing page, you will have a VSL, some type of calendar, maybe with questions inside of it. If you want to add more friction, then add questions. If not, then just have an open calendar and testimonials right here. And this is the last type of ad creative that we actually run. Okay, and now to the second step, so the data. And to be honest, my favorite. So let's talk about the data. So this is all the ad spend per client in this time frame. And as you can see, it's anywhere from $7 to even $31,000. And from this ad spend, this is the actual number when it comes to what type of ad did we run. So 68.2% of the money that we put into the Meta to actually run those ads is profile visit ads. So we spent almost $80,000 on those ads. 18.7% of direct DM ads, spent 21,500, and 13% on landing page ads, so 15K right here, mostly for the webinars, to be honest. And now here is how we actually test them. So the first testing is broad targeting. So you just have free ad creatives Just simple as that. Every single one is different and you test them. And why we do that is free ad creatives, you can get them done in probably like 2 days, right? When it comes to from filming to actually being ready to post. And that gives us probably the most important thing in business, which is of course speed. And now from those free ads, what you will see is you will clearly see a one winner. And then you take the winner and you go into second testing. So free ad sets. So you have one campaign with free ad sets, 1, 2, 3. One ad set is broad, so you just select countries in it. Second ad set is targeting, so you select countries and the detailed targeting. And the last one is retargeting. You create custom audience in Meta Ad Manager. It's really simple, you can just Google it. And what will happen is you will also see that usually, to be honest, across all of those free ad sets, you will see one clear winner. And then you take this winner and you create anywhere from 10 to 20 variations a month. Okay? A month. And of course, you improve on that data. So it will be even bigger and bigger tree when we go, into all of this testing. But this is like the bare minimum that you need to do to find out, okay, how do I actually make money with the ads? Okay, and the first step, as I promised, the scripts. So this is the profile visit script. So profile visit ads. This is the direct DM ad, and this is the landing page ad. So let's talk about them in details. And I'm gonna break down them really carefully so you can actually utilize the structure, then the knowledge, the framework of them in your own business, because I don't want you to memorize them, but I want you to understand them so you can use them and create, a lot of money for yourself. So let's start with profile visits. So a typical opening, if you are an aspiring e-com founder stuck in a job you don't enjoy or spinning wheels with dropshipping that, let's be honest, never leads to real freedom. So what happened here is first we start with the usual, if you are a X. And let me stop you for a second because I see a lot of people shitting on this ad structure. And there is a reason why people spend multiple thousands, even probably millions of dollars on this ad creative, on this structure of this hook. And the reason is it works. As simple as that. It just works. So instead of trying to reinvent the wheel and trying to be brilliant and, amazing, just stick to what is working, especially at the beginning, okay? Especially right here. Then when you have those variations, and trust me, you will have good costs when you just run a usual, if you are a type of creative, because it works. Because when I am struggling with, for example, when I want to drink water, and I will see ad creative saying, if you are thirsty, I will definitely stick around and watch it. So this is the opening. If you are an aspiring e-com founder, so this is a ICP, stuck in a job you don't enjoy. Okay, so this is this is where they ad live, or you are spinning wheels. So this is just another example of the ICP, and never leads to real freedom. So this is a pain point, right? That they are stuck in a job and they are not free. Then stop scrolling. So this is a typical stop scroller. It also can be just give me 30 seconds, keep watching, have a listen to it. There is multiple ways to do that. The point is to make people care. And then here is my freedom formula. So this is the, of course, unique mechanism, a 4-step system to help you build a desired outcome. So how this portion works is that here is my unique formula. Then you say something like a 3-step, a 4-step, a 2-step, just say like a number so people can really easily understand that. And of course, we will utilize that later. And then explain what this system does. So this system will allow you to build a profitable, sustainable e-com brand that works for you, not the other way around. So 3 pain points: profitable, people that maybe start dropshipping and are not profitable; sustainable, so that they can actually do that long term, not burn out; and the last thing is that works for you, not the other way around. So actually having a business. And then we just go into explaining, and now the value part of the ad. So let me just explain one of those arguments because they are pretty similar, and you will probably understand the rest of them if I just explain the first one. So first, identify a product that solves a real problem in a proven market. So this is what to actually do, okay? Then, so you are not wasting time scrolling TikTok or chasing hyped trends. And this is, all of this right here, is a common misconception or the common thing that the industry does. So wasting time scrolling TikTok, trying to find like a new viral product. So this is a misconception of the market, let's say. And then what it gives you? This gives you clarity, strong margins, and the confidence to launch with purpose, not panic. As simple as that. So how we do that is we say emotional benefits. So for example, clarity is an emotional benefit, a technical benefit, another emotional benefit. And if you analyze those two yourself, you will actually see that they are very similar. And at the end, of course, we just say follow for free value like this. And this is the script of a profile visit ad. Now, the direct DM ads. And this is when things become pretty interesting. So the direct DM ad format that we saw the best results across all the niches that our clients are in, this is what we found to work the best. So a client testimonial direct DM ads. So how did my client Lindsay finally overcome constant stress as a nurse and created a balanced and peaceful life? So we firstly basically say, who is the ICP? So it's a nurse who is constantly stressed, and the dream outcome, so created a balanced life of peace and fulfillment. And then we say, well, it definitely wasn't by the most common thing in the industry. So, well, it definitely wasn't by reading more self-help books or trying another quote-unquote morning routine. So what we are doing here is kind of two things. The first one is we are establishing authority, and we are basically saying we are different than everyone else. This is the first thing that we are doing. And the second thing is we are kind of crushing the belief that those things actually lead to like long-term benefits. And why we know that is because, of course, we have all the data when it comes to this client, and this client knows that his clients usually, before working with him, say that those are the things that they tried. So they tried reading self-help books and it didn't help them. And they tried another morning routine, another time blocking, another different thing, and it just didn't work. So then we say, let me show you the exact system that she used. It's called the Burnout Blueprint. And here is how it works. And then we dive into the 3 steps of the Burnout Blueprint, so the unique mechanism. So all of this right here, basically, until this point, is really similar to this. So I will not go and bore you with the details, but right here is something different. So we say, this system not only helped Lindsay with overcoming daily stress, but also helped a different client. And usually we like to see like a client who is a little different ICP than the first one. So for example, right here, pretty simple. This was a woman, this is a man, and it's a little different because, you know, she overcome daily stress, and Rob went from constant anxiety to feeling present and reconnected with his life in 6 weeks. And the good thing is, and something that you also should have, is that both of those clients recorded testimonials and client interviews that we can then send to people who are interested. Okay, and then we say, I am so confident in it, I guarantee you a more peaceful life in 90 days. Okay, and something even stronger right here would be, or you don't pay. Of course, here is kind of tricky because you can just say that you don't feel more peaceful after 90 days, I get your money back. But with offers that you can actually see like objective metrics, for example, I will get you $10,000 or you don't pay, that would be much stronger. And you just say, click now, DM me the word how, and I will send you the full breakdown of the Burnout Blueprint. So this is the DM ads. And the last one, the landing page ads. And we, to be honest, only use those ads for one specific reason, and this reason is running webinars with our clients. So this is something that we've been testing throughout a few months right now, and it's working really, really well. We kind of use it as a cherry on top, kind of like once in 1 month event, and we really like it. So this is the script. So we start with a bold claim or something to generate a lot of contrast. So for example, outreach is broken in 2025. Then we say why. Nobody trusts cold DMs anymore. Nobody believes your clever copy. Nobody wants just content. So this is something very specific for the ICP of the client right here. They want results, right? If you can prove your worth, you are getting ignored. So another really strong pain point of this ICP, and then we basically say, okay, how we can help. This is why I built hybrid delivery system that consistently generates 37, 90, or even 115K a month for our clients, and next week I am reliving it live. Okay, so this is something interesting. Like, he's reliving live. So this isn't a how to get clients training, it's how to get so good clients chase you. And 100% free, limited to 100 spots, and just comment the word system and I will send you the invite. And then, by the way, at the end, just to tell you that the way it works is that also you have a ManyChat sequence that then sends a voice note explaining in more details what the webinar will be about, and then basically a ManyChat captures the email that someone sends right here, okay? And it adds them into ActiveCampaign. So this is a software for emails, and this is how we do email marketing, get people to show up, and then we sell on the webinar. And this is everything that I found after spending $114,000, $586. I hope it was valuable for you. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to check out this one. You will like it, just trust me. And I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.